Good afternoon. Hi, my name is Sugar, and welcome to my show. Today's topic today is Sunday, 23rd of April. Today's topic is political uprising in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, Haiti, and other countries. And what's the reasoning behind all that? Well, the reasoning is that, I'm trying to see if you can see my face. The reasoning is, everybody think they should be first. Everybody think that they should be in control. And everybody think, oh, it's their turn. Particularly in Puerto Rico. There's a couple of things going on, and the island of Puerto Rico is deciding what to do with its future. But then everybody's concerned about what's going on in the world of politics today. In the world of gun control, the world of, most importantly, drug control. So the Spanish elite has been setting up for quite some time, for years. They planned way ahead. I'm talking way ahead. They placed some people in very important positions, and this took 20 years plus. 20 years plus. That's why you see a lot of the politicians, they are pro opening up the wall, opening up the gate, because they feel like those people will bring more votes, So, but I mean, eventually, because they have to do 5 years, then they have to take a test to become a citizen. They have to show that they was doing good things while here to get the citizenship. But they want open borders, and it's all for political means. You understand? And some of the people in the United States, they're saying, well, we all understand you want a Spanish president. You understand? We do, The United States is becoming, the percentage of Spanish amongst in the United States is really high. And that's by design. But the people in control is saying, well, we understand and we don't mind. I don't care what kind of president we have, but you have to show that you want to be the president because you love the country, not because you have an alternative plan, not because, because we're looking at the other countries, the other Spanish countries, and they're all in disarray. We're all in disarray. So some people would say that's biased or prejudice. You have to face reality. A lot of the Spanish countries, Latina countries, they're in disarray. You understand? And people don't want that to be done here. Not to say we're in any great shape in any form or fashion, but we're not collapsing like the rest of the country, like some other countries. So their stronghold, they want to be in charge of the drug trade, while the American government is trying to outlaw it. You understand? Because it's bringing a lot of problems to the countries or whatever, or at least control it. Because for the last 50 years since I've been in this country, it's been a fight. And a lot of politicians have said, do it my way, do it this way, do it that way. And the American government, of course, have tried. They've tried doubling up with the countries like Mexico, Colombia, and other Spanish countries to curtail it and what have you. I mean, realistically, people understand. People want to have fun. People understand that drugs is part of their fun life. But what's happening now is that they're lacing all the drugs, and all you see is bodies all over the place, families in disarray, and whatever. And a lot of people don't care. They want that one time customer. You understand? They don't care. They want that one time customer, and they just move on to the next. They think the world is full of people that does certain things that they're going to always have a customer. The customer that they just lost, they don't care. It's just another statistics, and that's what the United States is trying to stop. Because they know, it's going to take a while, if ever, to control drugs or what have you. But with all these new patterns of drugs, and cities amongst cities is in disarray, because they just is on the brink. They just on the verge. They just don't know what to do. And I'm not pointing out the Latin countries because I don't like them. It's just, if you look for yourself, you would see the statistics. You would see what the statistics are in regards of countries falling apart. And they don't want it to happen here. But the political movement is for the Latino and Latinas to take over the United States by any means necessary. So therefore, they are you either on their team, or they force you to be on their team as a Latino or Latina. Secretly. Now it's becoming more prevalent because they're going after people of any kind of wealth, any kind of knowledge, any kind of anything. And they're asking for help from anybody who would help them. Anybody. They're selling the United States very short just so they can be on top. You understand, if you get my drift. So they're committing, they're going against the U.S. by any means necessary. Yeah, people that you think that you know. People that you think that you know. The Anna somebody, what's her name? Anna somebody on The View. Then you got Sonny Hustins. You have DJ Envy. I'm always mentioning his name. Anybody in the Spanish community. They're going and they're organizing. You understand? This is coming from the president of Puerto Rico on down. Whoever does not help Puerto Rico get what they want, to have a Spanish president, or to help Puerto Rico take over American order, and they're asking other governments like Dominican Republic and Mexico, Guatemala, any Spanish country that would help them. But they're using that it's time for the Spanish to lead. It's time for the Latinos and the Latinas to lead and take over. That's what they're leading for. That's what they're leading with. But the main objective is to take over the drug trade. Because in a couple of years, or if not sooner, marijuana is going to be legal. You understand? So they're planning and plotting to take over the marijuana trade. Meanwhile, a lot of people are in the cocaine, heroin, those kind of trades. So they're trying to take over everything. You understand? But the American government have a plan for them. The American government is not having it. It's not having it. They're going to put such a clasp on the drug game, is not even serious, because of this uprising. Because of the uprising with what's going on in Puerto Rico. these these the leader of Puerto Rico, the leaders of Puerto Rico, is using anyone necessary and running the game about it's Latina and Latinos' time to control and time to rule. Nobody's saying no. You know, if you came into the game wanting to take care of America and not wanting to take over the drug trade, you understand? Nobody's opposed to having a Spanish president. We're not. But we're opposed to people coming in just for certain things to ruin the country. I love this country. You understand? It gave me a lot of opportunities to become a better person. You understand? Not saying that my country was bad or whatever. It's just that the resources and finance for a young person in certain Caribbean islands is not there because, when you reach a certain level, you have to start paying for school. So maybe I would have been one of those mothers that would have fell to the wayside because of finance, that I couldn't further my education. So it allowed me, when I came here, it allowed me a certain degree of education and a certain degree to pull myself out the gutter. You understand? So that's why I love this country, because it gave me opportunities. So when you come with a mindset of bringing stuff into a country and not pillaging and taking out, then people have a problems with it. I'm not for or against whatever, whoever sells whatever, that's what they want to do. You understand? But to come into the game to want president by any means necessary just to take over the drug game, that ain't happening. So your uprising made the American government think and start strategizing. Because they knew about it a long time ago. They just was like, oh, well, maybe it's a fad they going through or whatever, So, but when they see that it's serious, because now your fight is with regular citizens like Jamie Foxx and regular citizens up in California trying to find a mate. This morning I heard somebody call me and told me, NYPD sent LAPD to somebody's house because she was portrayed as whatever. So I said, what? Everybody got to explain everything to you, NYPD or the Spanish crew? Why they putting up, their picture, or why I'm putting up their picture, or why they're putting up their picture in advertising? It's none of your business what they advertising for. You're not. If I was that person, I would sue whatever officer came to my house and ask me any type of questions about if I'm what, if I'm this. It's none of your fucking business. It's none of your fucking business. And this is what they're doing, when they see someone is doing something. So, for instance, I put up something and automatically they think prostitution. They want to take over the prostitution game. So they're looking for the people I put up or you put up on your site and whatever, because they don't want part of the game. They want the full game. They want to go to that person and threaten that person, say, you better work for us. That was the game that they're doing. So that's why they stalk your phone. That's why they stalk your electronics. Because if they see you doing anything, like the other day, I sent my cousin a text, and I said, Cardi B is looking for a trainer. Here comes, what's his name? Threatening Cardi B, then they threaten Offset. Because they want their people to get in on that game. So there's nothing that you do, they want you to do. They want to think. So meanwhile, they're using their badge. Or they was using their clique like the Latin Kings. You understand? So yeah, I think the mother was a Latin king, so she was a Latin queen. Sorry. So she started, because this is what Mr. Reyes do, and his people do, and NYPD and LAPD and whatever PD Miami now, Miami PD, because his sister live in Miami. You understand? So this is what they do. So I heard they went questioning this young lady about what is she doing in her life. None of your fucking business. If I was that young lady, I would sue them. How did you find out that I'm put on whatever? You understand how you find out? And why are you here concerned about my life, concerned about me? So one of them said, not to her, but to somebody else who was on somebody else's website. We just trying to find out if there's no sex trafficking going on. And how did you find out? How did you find out about this young lady looking for work as a model? You understand? So they went searching around. So what they did, he called PD here, NYPD 69 precinct. They started calling all PDs in all the counties and out looking for all these people. Are we just concerned to see if they was going being sex trafficked? You're sex trafficking. You need to look in your fucking wallet and your backyard, because you doing the sex trafficking. Everybody around here, you doing the sex trafficking, NYPD. Forcefully. People are just looking for work. And you don't want nobody else to make fucking money, i.e. me. Or my cousin. You understand? Because he's a trainer. So you want your people to be the trainer, and you want the models to be working for you. Fuck you. You ain't nobody. NYPD. You're not no fucking body. If nobody else tell you, I'm gonna tell you. You're no fucking body. When you get off 9 to fucking 5, you're a regular citizen just like anybody else. And when you use your fucking badge to bully someone, you're gonna be treated as such. Mr. NYPD, it's always some bitch, it's always some woman. Miss NYPD, Miss School Safety. Yeah, all of y'all with badges want to use your fucking badges. So y'all can make fucking money. Fuck you. How dare you? There's all these Haitian places around here holding people in their fucking basement. Why don't you go there? The fucking Haitian church, the fucking bakery, the barbershop. Why don't you go there? No, because you're part of that shit. Because your partner's right there across the street from me. Y'all got people locked up in the fucking basement, and you part of that. So go check that. And leave people the fuck alone. Whatever they want to do with their lives, they don't have to do it with you. So anyway, I'm here, minding my business and whatever. So they want to take over. So they going officer to officer, department to department, because they got their people lined up in all these different departments. You call certain departments, and since they monitoring everything you're doing, they hear who you're calling, so they call that department. So-and-so call, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Just like even if I call Con Edison in regards to this high bill, they got their people all fucking ready. I did a research one time, and I called, and I totally disrespected the guy on the phone just to see how he would fucking react. Yeah, and he was Spanish. Because there's only Spanish people that's fucking picking up. I did it on purpose. Oh, yeah, just to fucking see. You understand? And he's like, oh, well, give me your account number. I'm like, no, this is just a general question I'm asking. because I don't want no Puerto Rican answering the call because y'all down there in fucking Con Ed putting people's bill on other people's bill and doing that shit and rigging the system and whatever. Y'all want y'all fucking kickback. That's why food costs is so fucking high. I went in on him just to see how he fucking would react. You know, because PD had a call center and all my calls was going through PD. That's the first time, because they were trying to get so many search warrants and they was trying to get so many surveillance on everybody. You understand? That the judges got sick and tired. You're not proving anything. These people are just regular citizens. Why are you surveilling? They all took a turn suing me for something. They all lost the case. So PD kept going down to the court and trying to talk their superior officers into getting search warrants, and they stopped. So they started doing it on the low. So I can say what the fuck I want, because anything that comes out that shows you was stalking me illegally. So I can say what the fuck I want. You have no rights of monitoring my house because the judge told you no. Your superiors told you no. You want to do it on your own. It's been how many years? Still, you found nothing and you're still stalking me. But it shows that whatever ideas I come up with, one of y'all buy it or one of y'all get into it. Y'all proving my case. So I can say whatever the fuck I want, NYPD. You can't do shit about it. Nothing. Because all your stuff, all your surveillance is fucking illegal. I would own you. I dare any of you to go to a court and try to bring any charges against me in fucking court with your illegal surveillance shit. Any good lawyer would turn that around and take you to court and sue the hell out of you and all your buddies. I don't give a fuck. Y'all plotting, y'all scheming, y'all trying to make money off of people that's trying to do have regular businesses, and you want to do the business for yourself. You're so smart. Why can't you come up with your own business? Why? You so smart? Come up with your own fucking business. Come up with your own fucking ideas. I'm saying. Come up with your own ideas so you can make money instead of scamming on people, regular folks. For real. People don't have to sit here and explain why they on a website. If you think they doing something, that's on you. And if they are, it's none of your business. That's on you. Your job is not to go around always harassing the same people. Same people. Over and over. That's not your fucking job. Your job is hit the street and monitor the fucking street. That's your fucking job. And I bet you I can prove you've benefited from stalking me and my family. That's the only fucking proof I need to get everything that you have. Everything. So I can say what the fuck I want. I'm not afraid of you. You pushing up on my son using your fucking badge, telling him, "Oh, don't tell your mother." Oh yeah. You got all these people using my credit card. You're going to pay for all that. Every time there's a fucking charge on my credit card and I feel that it's one of your people, but you're telling my son, or you go into the place and telling them to double it or whatever, it's coming out your pocket eventually, sir, ma'am, because there's always some bitch. So some bitch want to fucking lay in the bed and conjure up some bullshit. Then her man tell her to do all it. It's always some dumb bitch. As always. Puerto Rico ain't taking over shit. I'm telling you now. You can plot, scheme, whatever. Reyes is just trying to save his house. His house is already gone. There's already plans, all of them. There's already plans to break down all these houses. Demolish all these houses. They can fight all they want. They can use up all their energy. They can call whoever. They can call Remy Ma and her man to come and beat me up or terrorize me. They can do all that. It's already decided. It's already fucking decided. So Puerto Rico ain't taking over nothing. Plain and simple. You understand? Just like with Jamaica and just like with Haiti. People trying to help your country and you going after them. You know how much millions and millions, not millions, billions of dollars. Do you know how much billions and billions of dollars Haiti get every year? Every year since the hurricane. That's like, what, 15 years now? Every year Haiti gets $1 billion. Every year. And then they said two years ago they stopped it because the government was doing nothing with the money. The government was doing nothing with the money. Maybe that's the kind of treatment you need because you want to come over here and act up. People send money to these countries. People sent money to Puerto Rico. People send money to Haiti. You know, the American government has sent a lot of tourists to Jamaica to help the countries. And for y'all to sit here and plot against the American government, it's crazy to me. It's crazy. You're selling out the American government, and now you say you want to take over. Take over what? Prove that you can run a country. Go to Puerto Rico and try to straighten it up. Go to some of the other Spanish countries and try to help your people. And then come here, and then we would believe that you really want to help the country as opposed to just take over the drug trade. The government is not going to allow you to take over the drug trade. Point blank, period. It's already decided. So you can plot and plan, and you can tell, your Indian constituents to flood all the countries so you can take over the countries. You can tell all your Puerto Ricans can try to go to Trinidad and all these other, small islands and take over the weed culture. You can try. Because I already sent out a thing that y'all, that's what y'all was trying. Yep. They was trying to take over Trinidad. By way of Indians. Because, like I said, Reyes' brother-in-law is Indian. Not a Trini Indian. He's a Grenadian Indian. And he's going to all these little countries, contacting the Indian people down in each of these countries, like Guyana, Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago. They making friends. So then they can send some of their dissidents to these little islands to help them take over these islands. So it's not bad enough that Guyana is half Indian and Trinidad is almost half Indian. They want to send some more people. So Trinidad is like, thanks, but no thanks. Get out. The minorities in Trinidad is like, no. I'm saying it, so don't hate the messenger. But the minorities in Trinidad is tired of y'all coming in and bringing all y'all people and taking over. They were like, no more. Y'all gotta go. Not only no more, but the ones that's here gotta go. The ones that just arrived, that has to go. Nobody is thinking to your businesses, nothing. Because you go down there and you don't give jobs. You only hire your own people. You have a whole bunch of money and you don't thing the people. You send it to India. So now that you got money, go to the best part of India and live. Because it's going to be hard for you in Guyana, in Trinidad, and I don't know much about Grenada and Jamaica. Because the Jamaicans don't want y'all there either, from what I hear. Because y'all outright and blatantly. And I didn't know that Mr. Reyes was prejudiced. I didn't. Because everybody around here is black but him. But yeah. And then I found out his brother-in-law is prejudiced too. Because at first I thought he was half and half Italian, half Spanish. Maybe he still is. Then I heard Dominican and Puerto Rican. So I'm hearing all kind of mixture with him. So what his family started doing, they started assimilating. So they started going to all these jobs, trying to get jobs. Like my lawyer. They was trying to shake down my lawyer to, okay, because when my son was little, my son had a court case. He had an accident. So the super of the building told the lawyer he can help him or whatever. So by the time the court case finished or whatever, the secretary switched papers. The super, who was just a witness to the accident, got millions. My son got hundreds. And my son was 3 at the time. Switch paperwork. So now all of them is trying to do that. So they planted a secretary in my lawyer's office. Then they planted a receptionist in my lawyer's office to see the ins and outs of what's going on. So this is the kind of stuff they do. You understand? So back to the politics. So Puerto Rican government is using the Latin kings and whatever Latin gangs or Latin people in America to take over, to take over America. The Jamaicans is using the shower posse. And the Jamaican, yes, there's still some alive. Yep. There's still some alive, and there's still some coming after the American government. So the politicians in Jamaica, they're using gangs like the shower posse. You understand? And to also take over whatever drug culture is in the United States so they can stay on top. That's why I tell people, I was like, don't bring that Jamaican politics shit over here. And that's what they're trying to do. That's why you see every time there's some kind of political thing, it's some kind of war, some kind of protest. If you know how the Jamaican government run politics, you would see what's going on in the United States. It's all Jamaican government bullshit coming over in the United States. Because they have a few Congress people lurking around. That's West Indian. And they're bringing all that Jamaican politics over here. That bullshit about fighting your neighbor and killing your neighbor. And oh yeah, I think it's JPL and JLP and something, PNP. Oh yes, around and two white boys was running the country for years. When one don't win, the other was win. So they was using all the gangs in Jamaica to kill each other. Neighbors. One day they friends, and when politics rolls around, they killing each other. Yes. The two white boys. The two white Jamaicans. Manley and Siaga. They using the people in the community to kill each other, and then they win, and then both of them is friends, but the people on the bottom is dead. Who was your neighbor and your schoolmate and stuff like that. Yeah, they dead. And now they president and they friends on the low. But they don't tell the people down here that they friends. They stay apart, but they friends. Because if one win, the other one win. I mean, if the one win, the other one lose. And then the next thing, the other one win. And it was going on like that for years. It's either one of them was president at any time of the day. They're friends and everybody down here is dead. So they're using gangs In Jamaica, you can't walk from one block to the next, or whatever the case may be. And yet still the poor black people is dead, lost family. And Siaga and the other one, they're alive and having a good old time. And then they want to send the bullshit to the United States so people can come over here. So now the Jamaican Puerto Ricans are clicking up, and the Haitians and Puerto Ricans, because my neighbors is Haitian, Puerto Rican, so they all clicking and they sending they bullshit around the country. You understand? Certain things sound prejudicial, but it's not. You just don't want to face fact as a Puerto Rican. You just don't want to face facts as a Latino or Latina. Yes, if they said something about Trinidad, oh yeah, I'll be upset or whatever, but then I'll think, I'm like, well, you understand? So it's happening. They want to take over. And they saying it's time for Puerto Ricans to run the world or run the United States. Well, it ain't happening. They can try, but it ain't happening. Because the United States government is already on the lookout. It's already in the know that this is the plan of people. If it was just a regular plan that you want to serve the country, you want to make sure the country this and that, oh sure, you can be president anytime. But now they know it's a plan. No, go fix Puerto Rico. They sent so much money to Puerto Rico, and the island is still in a mess. Where's that money going? Because it's only few families is getting help. You don't even help your own goddamn people. You don't. You help certain families. But yet still you use the people of Puerto Rican descent in New York City and you tell them a whole bunch of lies so you and your family can make money. You're not benefiting all the Dominicans. You're not benefiting all the Puerto Ricans. You're not benefiting all the Haitians or all the Jamaicans. You're benefiting for your family, but yet still you're using your community and you don't tell them the truth. And you don't. So, y'all plotting this coup. Y'all plotting a coup. And, and you're threatening any Spanish Latino or Latina that don't do your bidding for you. Or even think opposite or do opposite. Because they're going to be looked down by the community. You understand? They're gonna be looked down and they're gonna be harassed by the community, and they don't even know what they're fighting for. They think they're fighting for their country. They think they're fighting for Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic. They think they're fighting for Jamaica. They think, no, you're fighting for certain people to take over. That's it. They're not fighting for the people. That's the rhetoric they're giving you. But they don't show and prove. I was watching when the hurricane came over. There's this little place in Puerto Rico that you had to go over a bridge. A little small place. A little small island. And I'll bet you that neighborhood is not even fixed up yet. The main Puerto Rican island here, where all the bigwigs live. But those little outskirts and outlands, still not fixed. And they had the money. They got the money. They got the money. These people don't want to live in the city. They live in the outskirts of things. They're not getting help. Yet still you want to take over, what, New York politics? You want to take over United States politics? No. So all your plan, you can plan all you want to. You can plan all you want to. I mean, right now, you took over certain avenues, like certain jobs and things, because it's flooded. because somebody hooked you up and let you and your people in. They're gonna renege on the deal they made with you. Because as soon as you got into the companies, you just went on a rampage. Now delivery fee for oil is more than the usage of the electricity and the oil itself. Have you looked at your bills recently? Anywhere, even in the hospital, because they was hooked up in the hospital too to get hospital work and stuff like that, and hospital management. You understand? Have you looked at the hospital bill? It's always a fee for something. Have you looked at your Con Ed bill? Your delivery fee is more than the usage. That's because they trying to, think they money. I wasn't hating. Y'all keep hating on me, and I keep telling y'all. I wasn't hating on you, but you're not going to fucking keep going after my kid. And you're not going to constantly want to threaten my mom and my family. So I'm going to tell your business. If nobody else, I'm going to tell you. Because I kept telling you it's not me. But you keep listening to Reyes and you keep listening to Alvarine and Hutchinson, who have their thing, the underlying reasons why they want to keep friendship with you, and they don't want us to be friends, or not friends, but they don't want you to get along with me, because they have their agenda. Their agenda, like NYPD agenda, is to take over each house one at a time so they can retire on being landlords. Meanwhile, they're not paying for these houses now. They're threatening people to give up their houses. They stealing deeds and all that stuff. And that's one of the things, because NYPD, and all these agencies is now having a lot of Latinos. You understand? And it's all stemming from the leadership of Puerto Rico. You understand? And maybe Dominican Republic. But it's all stemming from Puerto Rico with the takeover thing. It's all stemming. You don't know. You don't use the money that you're given, but yet still you want to take over. Yeah, when the FBI try to report that, everybody want to pick it. Oh, they prejudice and they this and that. Blah, blah. It's not. It's just statistics. It's just what's going on, but y'all don't want to hear it. So now food prices is up. Why? Because now with every food prices, the Puerto Rican government is trying to get $3 to $30 on everything that sells in the United States. $3 to $30. A kickback. So everywhere you see a Spanish or Latino or Latina dissident and management or whatever is trickling down. The word is you have to up the price, so the Puerto Rican government and the Dominican government can get a kickback. That's where all the money is going, to these leaderships in these governments. So that's why you see food prices are high. Everything is high. A lot of you is not going to believe me, but it's a kickback. It's a kickback for the Puerto Rican government. And all of a sudden, everywhere you go is some Spanish, some Latino or Latina manager. Check it out yourself. Go anywhere right now. Go anywhere. You would see them in droves. Because of the connection. Yeah, they jump over everybody. They have some good connections. And the connections are regretted, because the connection thought they was helping people, helping their friends. They didn't know it was a takeover. They didn't know it was a takeover plot. They just thought, I'm just helping some friends. They didn't even look at the fact that they Latino or Latina. They said, oh, these my buddies. They've been with me for da-da-da. Take over. They have the American economics in an uproar right now. That's why people just say, oh, everywhere food prices are up. Yeah, it's because the Puerto Rican government wants a kickback. So everything went up $3 to $30. And who's helping them? The Indian government. Because, like I said in my last video, a lot of Indian people do programming and write these apps. So either it's going to come out at the cash register when you go put all your food up, or it's going to come out in the apps that you use. Because the apps automatically add $3 to $30, depending on what you're buying and how much you're buying. Just like when simple things like when I go to Costco, orange juice is supposed to be $9.99. Orange juice is $12. Simple things. Food, bread. Forget about eggs. They saying eggs is a shortage. Eggs is not in a shortage. They just want to up the price on all the food. And eggs was very cheap. They just want to up the price on all the foods and make it look like eggs is, because eggs is in a high demand. But, there's a lot of farmers out there. It was over an abundance of eggs. But now, the Latino government is looking to make money everywhere. You don't have to believe me, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to think, oh, she's some crazy whatever. You understand? I was an officer. And in order for me not to believe, they had to certify me crazy. That's what they do. That's what they do. When they don't want an officer or when they don't want someone to be believed, they send them to the hospital to get certified. So anything that comes out their mouth is going to be crazy. So I said to somebody one time, so what, crazy people don't get harassed? Crazy people, it's all in their imagination? That the deli is charging them 3 times as much on the food? And the price is right there? So that's my imagination? Oh, because I'm crazy. I'm certified. Okay, all right. Or it's all crazy when, you see your credit card receipt or bill or whatever. There's always something that's out of place. So that's just my imagination because I'm crazy, right? So they do that to people. So whatever that person says, all they're going to do is say, oh, go take your meds. You're crazy. Because they don't want people to believe the garbage that they're doing to the public. They don't want to believe it. They sit in a thing all day answering fake calls. Because first it was PD doing it. First it was PD. I would call my thing and PD would pick up. Because they was taken to, and it was always Spanish people. So one time I said, oh, what happened? You don't know any white people or black people or whatever? So then the Indians started singing because they're good with the Indians. No, their family. Not just any Indian. The family, you understand, was Indian. So they family got family. And then the son used to go on the internet playing video games, the Indian son, and recruit programmers like that because he's half Indian. The Reyes people is full Indian. His people is half Indian because he's black, his wife is Indian. So he sits on the video game all day recruiting people. Meanwhile, she's supposed to be a psychic. And he was a U.S. postal worker, supervisor. Listen, I'm not thinking nobody hustle. That's your hustle or whatever. And you running, you securing drugs for your team. That's none of my business. I'm not a postman. And I'm not a postman. I'm not the inspector general. That's you. That's your hustle. That's you. But when you start messing with my shit and you don't stop, I'm busting it wide open. I'm busting it wide open. I thought all these years, I thought he was a mechanic. But all these years, my mail and my packages went missing. And I'm like, you mean the inspector general see that I'm calling for the last 7 years? So somebody would say, well, stop ordering shit. What? I got to stop living my fucking life? I got to stop living my life because somebody don't know how to do their job and find a thief? Even right now with UPS. The guys who deliver the UPS is connected to Reyes. So anytime I order stuff, they look for where I'm sending my stuff. That's why when I get stuff, I don't return it because it's not going to get to the. They got their little organization, and that Haitian girl right there, one of her peoples work in the thing. And an old neighbor of mine, Robert, he used to work for the post office. And the girl who stayed with me, her boyfriend worked for FedEx. And I called her out a couple of days ago. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story. It's not pertaining, whatever, but I'm going to tell you a little story about that. This is in my next show. When you try to be helpful and you turn into the enemy. When I came over here, the real estate broker told me that I can park outside. Because there's no parking signs up here on my side. On the other side, yeah. So he said, you can park outside. All 3 spots is yours. Or all, not 3. I had the whole thing. But I didn't park in front of my gate. I parked on the side of my gate. So she came to stay with me. So, she had a baby or whatever. And I would ask the neighbors, can you leave a spot for her? I would ask the neighbors. Well, who told me to say that? They started cursing me out. Who the fuck you think you is? I've been parking here for 15 years. As soon as you come on the block. I'm like, okay, well, the person who was here before rented, I own. So the Haitian lady said, let me see your deed. You understand? I'm like, fuck you. You can't park in my space no more. So they still parked or whatever the case may be. She would come to me and start complaining. So anyway, I called the city. I explained to the city what's going on. Can you please do something about it? Put resident only something. So they can't put up something. They went and told her, because she was Haitian and they're Haitian. They went and told her that I put that there, which I didn't. I mean, I did, but I put that there they told both of the young ladies. They said, I put that there because I want them to help me think my backyard. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, y'all don't give me nothing. You understand? I said, I went out on a limb to talk to these neighbors now. Now, them and all the neighbors are best friends. So, ergo, her boyfriend worked for FedEx, so she started messing with my packages. So now all of a sudden, she's in the beauty business. I can't get my packages, but all of a sudden, you in a business that I'm in. Not near once I seen you go to school for beauty. Yeah, you worked in a doctor's office, but it was a dental or something or whatever. You understand? All of a sudden, you in the beauty business, and I can't get my mail when I order all my beauty products or my clothes or something like that. You understand? So now they friends. So the young lady that was staying here, she's Jamaican. She thought the same thing. Now her and the other Jamaican ladies are best friends. Meanwhile, that lady made a keys to her car, opened her car and searched the car while we were sleeping. She knocks on my door one morning. The young lady was um, getting dressed to go to work. She, she knocks on my door. Oh, tell your niece her car, what you call that? In the back. Her car trunk was open. I looked and I'm like, this bitch. But I didn't want to tell my niece that it was her that opened it. She came like she was doing a good deed. But she opened my niece's trunk because I wouldn't tell her nothing about my niece. Because my thing is, whatever's in this house stays in this house. So I never spoke about my niece, about anything. The only thing she even knew, I don't even think she knew that my niece was a teacher. You understand? Because she was a teacher. She got fired. You understand? So now her and my niece is good friends. Because when the sign went up, she thought I just wanted some money out of them for parking and this and that. So her ex-man was a cop in New Jersey. So ergo, he started with his bullshit. You understand? So now they got all the cops, whatever. But they don't even know that the plot was to take over New York City. They just think they hating on somebody everybody can't stand. But the plot is to take over New York and take over the United States and put their people in control. Not because they love the country, because of the drug trade. So they helping people to take over a country. You understand? Because that's where it thinks. They have their plan, the 20-year plan. The 20-year plan, ladies and gentlemen. But these countries are going to suffer dearly. Because, first of all, it's not going to be a takeover of the drug trade in the United States. It's not. And then tourism in Jamaica is going to stop. And because the United States was pushing Jamaica really hard. They was pushing Jamaica. But to feed people and then you feed them and then they use the stuff that you feed them with to come against you, it's a very hurtful feeling. The United States is backing off from certain countries right now. You understand? Because they feel slighted. You understand? Here we are trying to help. Here they saying to themselves, here we are trying to help your country and your community and stuff like that. And you plotting to take over. You're using all these old people, these old gang people who with the Latin Kings and the Shower Posse and all of them, to come against America. And we're trying to help you. So in no way, shape, or form. So now they're saying fend for yourself. Fend for yourself and see how you like that. You understand? So all this political uprising that you see, they can't make up their mind if they want to be part of the United States, if they don't want to be part of the United States, or whatever. So now it's a takeover thing. They want open borders and IOA or whatever her name is, doing their bidding up there in Congress and stuff like that. Yeah, they're going to put an end to all that now that they know the plot. So yes, this conversation was concerning. I know I went off sometimes, but I had to explain certain things. You understand? But I have no hard feelings against all Latinos and Latinas. I'm just telling you, the ones that's plotting, I'm just the one that say it. Because everybody's scared to say it because they don't want to be called prejudiced. But I have to say it. I'm not prejudiced or anything. So if you want to go inward and say people's prejudice because they telling you what's going on in the community, they're not. They're just warning you. Do not be scared just because you're Spanish. Don't give in to these people. You live in the United States. Do not give in to these people. Just notify somebody. All right? Have a great day, and thank you for showing up for Sugar's Live. Click like, click share. Bye.